welcome to the This Week in the Tech Boy podcast. Today is a very important day, not only because I have a debate coming up in like 3 hours over on Lizzie's X space. Hopefully, I win, though expectations online are low. In fact, when I asked for help in the debate, it was a 19-1 of people telling me to drop out compared to actual help, and also people calling me heretical as well. So it's more of the same over there on X as well. Today is an important day because today is the day that lines up in SSA LTW history, as you guys may remember. And by as you guys may remember, I mean only me because I'm the only one who listens to these. In fact, probably should go back and go listen to some of the older podcast episodes I did. You know, because I had pretty good content back then. Honestly, some of that content was better back then than it was now. A lot more interesting and exciting. In fact, one of my favorite episodes was from 2023, was when we ranked some of the best VBS theme songs uh, from Life for Kids. So far, In the Wild has yet to be beat. Speaking of In the Wild, that is our theme song that I tested the HP X360 laptop on. Compared to the Samsung laptop I had, it was much better on the laptop I'm using right now with the speakers. So much better because the speakers, instead of being like downward firing, I think these are upward firing. You can actually see them here on the keyboard. If I had the movable camera, I'd show you to them. Either way, I do need to put out that video. It's been on the table since literally on the table. It was taped on the table since August of 2024. And I think the Longhorns won a game that day. Anyway, back to from that long winding thing. It's the summit. So last year, this was a Friday, and I recorded a podcast episode. And the reason was because on Saturday, SSA had created and had done the most important and most, I guess, historic achievement of all time, of course, and it's that time of the year. So SSA LTW has its new episode. Wow, we already have a chat. Has its new article out right now. The summit, we did it, Denver, where SSA and and their allies. What is this? Oh wow, it's Star-Lord. Hello, Star-Lord. He's in here for today. What is this? I'm not inviting any guests. What is this layout? Anyway, the summit where Ethan Shea finally is able to put together his months-long plan of combining together all the alliances and all the and all his political capital and all his maneuvering and all his information from CSM, Christian Social Media, which he was kicked off of from NTB. Wow, wait, you can get chats on here from X. Interesting. Queen Christie, who's not Queen. Wait, who put that name there? Nonetheless, the summit. So I walked into school, planned, locked and loaded, feeling a familiar draw of a strategy about to unfold. The first objective was locating Hazel's sister. Unfortunately for us, we were going to have Hazel invade GCAM for us and be able to acquire political capital that way. Unfortunately, his sister didn't come in time. And spoiler alert, because I know none of you read this website, so I might as well just tell you here while all 6 of you are listening, which means we're breaking viewership records, which is kind of funny. Nonetheless, these people, she when she finally came to the school, she opted to decline from invading GCAM. So Geronimo didn't want to invade GCAM, and Hazel's sister also didn't want to invade GCAM. So GCAM was uninvadable, unfortunately. Anyway, the summit. So here we have Ethan Shea standing over here saying, "We did it, Denver." I walked into school, plan locked and loaded, feeling the familiar driver strategy here. And then he goes in and he talks to GCAM over here. GCAM tries to do their little maneuvering and et cetera, et cetera. I investigate Kendra Scott for this reason. The store, not the person. I didn't know Kendra Scott was a person until we did the investigating, and then some person on Reddit called me out, yada, yada, yada. Then we talked to Summer, we talked to Clarissa, we talked to all these people. We get them together, we get them to agree. Then GCAM tries to maneuver, with some stupid little prom friend that we all know it's not going to get approved. So, I was like, nope, I veto that one right there. So, VP Geneva, sorry, you're out. Okay. I just basically laugh in her face. So, good times, good news. Definitive victory or calculated maneuvers. I mean, you have to think about how this is, one of the most historic achievements of all time. I mean, this is groundbreaking and earth-shattering if you think about it. right? We were able to essentially get new policy set, not just for me, but for all the other people here said in the story. This has never ever happened before. The people in CSM were being so unhelpful. They would have me like going on these like side tangents, being like, "Oh well, what are they going to wear?" Bro, okay, look, I don't care what they're going to wear. Okay, they could wear like a flamingo outfit for all I care. You think I'm going to sit around here and start yapping about what they're going to wear? What you think I'm going to bring in like Got Questions Modesty War 3? I mean, you think I'm going to relitigate that? No. Okay, look, guys. In 2022, as you guys may remember, November 9th, 2022, really, really important day. Also, November 9th of 2019 was also kind of important too. So sorry, these November 9th. I think I'm going to sit around here and, kind of be like, hey guys, so we're going to be like measuring. We're actually going to have like a little measuring stick. No, okay, Well, first of all, like, like, you know, we in like April, we're like, forget NTB, forget not to be. We're not gonna listen here and stand around and listen to you people be like, hey guys, Ava Harper's quote unquote immodest. No, I don't care. Okay, shut up. Okay, people, like, what, she has like 12 followers, and you people are like, oh wow, man, this is terrible. What's wrong with you people? Anyway. No, NTB very very unhelpful there. What are they going to wear? The heck you think I care what they're going to wear? Second of all, so we had to put up with that from CSM. We had to put up that from all these old people coming around. Also it's just like impossible to get together, and also Maverick really wasn't that helpful. So there's that. And then I reactivated channels back into Liberty Prep because we're still trying to track down David, who hasn't received contact from since 2021. And then, of course, we anticipated this. Of course, this was part of the plan. But where GCAM essentially flaked out and said that he couldn't do it. But we did pick up Denver anyway, which is fine because, look, the entire event of it happening, it didn't actually have to happen. It just has to be because, precedent setting. If we can get an agreement that says, yes, this is legal, then, trickle down rulenomics happens, and then, it's legal for, the rest of life. It's like basically codified. So we essentially created a new rule where it allowed us to do something instead of, restricting something, which is where those documents from SSA LTW basically come in. And essentially, this is very important because it spreads democracy. It allows SSA power to be projected. Right? You think about it. GCAM power was able to project it to the mall all the time. Even though GCAM power was kind of collapsing within school, GCAM power could project anywhere and everyone to the mall. I mean, they had cars; they could drive anywhere they wanted to. People in Liberty, they also had power; they could project anywhere they wanted to as well. So, this essentially means SSA is able to project power anywhere else. They are able to as well, essentially winning the war as well. All right. That's the latest from SSA Declassified. And of course, the dating doctrine kind of helps give in some of the context and background, and also explains how the SSA Constitution essentially allows for any strikes on any time on any person as long as they strike first, kind of, sort of, right? So let's say, hypothetically, one of these, students here start a crush war, then SSA can just go in and activate nuclear force. An example of this would be, let's assume that the SSA Constitution existed in 2019 against Nika, and Nika, she starts the war, and then, well, SSA is essentially legally legitimized to use force as well. So here we go into the dating doctrine to explain this one as well. This Constitution should be linked. There it is. Here's the Constitution link. This is one of the longest articles because it was actually combined one article into two, so we could get these articles to sync up to the correct time. It's actually, on 4/13, so yesterday would have been the anniversary, but, it's tomorrow's Sunday. And that's when we podcast. All right. No new chats yet, but we still have, 8 people watching. Viewership, all-time record, 8 people. Here's the SSA rules and constitution here, essentially saying that Room 16B is a sick Christian nation, Nika doctrine and observative property come over the ACVMS anti-cross defense missile system, / ally system team dating is strongly discouraged due to national security threats and the sheer idiocy of it as well. And since we have the right to bear foreign weapons, including Nerf guns that shoot balls, it also applies to drones, freedom of Christianity and religion. My campaign advisor from 2022 tried to get me to change it. So I changed it for him. Then I changed it back in 2022. And the opposition can strike SSA directly or indirectly, which would lead to a declaration of war. An example of this would be the Battle of the Goldfish of 2023. Essentially, when the Mali and Valerie stole Denver's goldfish, then we declared war on Mali as well. She also to assure them. So totally justified there as well. So always remember to have a back door, a back way out, to be able to legitimize or justify any action. All right, let's go back to the camera. Wait, Restream kind of just changed up the way the software works today. All right, now let's go over to our first tech topic of the day, which is the light phone. Yes, I know we talked about that last time, but I mean, this phone is such a scam. Okay, this phone, what? The light phone is retailing for $799, and I did an entire video about it last time, but we have to talk about this. Okay, and the one market that they have not entered yet is the teen tech market. And you know why they haven't entered the teen tech market? It's because this phone is obscenely expensive and it's an e-ink display. Now, in 2023, in October, we were like, hey guys, maybe parental control apps are spyware and malware, and maybe the Bark phone and the Gab phone are complete and utter trash, right? And for those of you who don't know, the Bark phone and the Gab phone essentially take some low-level $75 Samsung phone, and they're like, hey guys, internet bad. Yes, internet bad. We don't want kids on the internet. Therefore, they take these phones, they put their little software that kind of locks stuff down on it, and they say, hey, this phone doesn't have internet. They take where it's $75 and they sell it for $150 because they have to have a profit. And then they go out and promote and lobby, be like, internet bad, internet scary. Don't let your kid on the internet. And sometimes it seeps over into Christianity, plugged in, focus on the family, social media bad, yada yada yada. Nonetheless, the light phone would be a great opportunity for this. However, I'm not endorsing that. Okay, I may or may not have may have not, hacked a Gab phone or attempted to, allegedly, maybe. Nonetheless, the light phone it's playing every game. Like I said, they're playing the environmentalism game. They're playing the big tech bad game. They're playing the minimalism game. They're playing they may even be playing the small phone game here at this point. They're playing the wow guys, e-ink is great game. They're playing all these games. The one game that they cannot break into is this teen tech space game. Even though the Bark phone and the Gab phone are wildly overpriced and essentially are kind of lies as well. If you think about it, these phones pride themselves on not having internet, which is why they're worth $75 more than what they're actually worth, because you can go back and buy what the phones are actually worth. Again, with the light phone, if you were to buy a phone for $400, you get so many more features. You could buy a launcher and lock it down to what the light phone has itself, right? $800 for this phone is obscenely expensive. It doesn't even make sense, right? The light phone cannot enter into the teen tech market because no teen, and no parent, no sane parent at least, is going to buy this compared to, say, an $800 iPhone or even $500 Samsung or even a budget $100, on the floors of Best Buy and in the aisles of Walmart and Home Depot esque phone. It's just not going to happen. And this is the one era in which they can make sense. Why is this phone $800? $800. Yes, even those quote unquote no internet phones that cost in retail for $150, they have internet. You know how I figured that out? Easy. The phones have GPS built into them, so then the parents can track them because I guess the kids have things to do, places to go. So it'd be kind of in SSLTW the summit, if all the rules that then got applied in the summit, the Friendship Outing Act of 2024, which we have the what's that act from 2019 to 2022 that we kind of used for legalism. What's it called? Oh yeah, the Sit with People Act of 2019 to 2020. Let me go see what the act's called specifically. Essentially, we tried to use that act it was an act that got repealed in November of 2022. That essentially said that if someone invites you to sit with someone at lunch, you have to do that. So we tried, like, here it is. We tried so hard to kind of like stretch that. Like, it was a legal theory that we were working with. We are kind of like, well, if someone invites you to a table and you have to sit with them, maybe, just maybe, if someone invites you to some place 15 miles away, you also have to do. Yeah, that's kind of like what we were working with as well. Let's see. So yeah, that's how much I had the Make Friends Act of 2019 to 2022. That's what it's called. You can see it here on the screen right there. So yeah, that's how much free time I had to be playing around like this. But I guess let's assume that the Make Friends Act of 2019 to 2022 doesn't apply to this hypothetical kid because they already have friends or something. But the Internet Bad Act of 2007 to 2027 applies to them. And like your parents are like, okay, you can get the Bark phone, you can get your Gab phone, you can get the Pinwheel phone, or you can get the Light phone. No sane child is gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna get the Light phone. No, it doesn't make sense. First of all, it's super duper small. It doesn't even allow any features. Though, I mean, technically, I guess you could kind of port like YouTube onto it because it's just a random Android phone. But like, it's in black and white. It's in black and white. They're selling a phone for $800 that's in black and white. That's just wrong. Okay, look, there should be laws against this. I mean, that's just wrong. That's criminal. And that's the only reason they have not played the Internet Bad team for Teams game. It's just because, like, why would anyone buy this? Why? Now, here's another phone that I'm so glad you can react to videos again because I have these Delta class trash earbuds, but it's something. It's something. We're gonna be reacting to Google Pixel 9a versus iPhone 16e, which clear winner here would obviously be the Google Pixel 9a. No matter what anyone says, and I also like this flat design. Thank goodness for the flat design. I mean, honestly, is the iPhone 16e technically better than the Light phone? Well, is the phone in black and white? No. Okay, well, see, it's better. But, I mean, is it almost as much as a scam as that? Yep. That phone really should not exist. Okay, Sam, these people are Apple's trying to sell this phone with one camera as like it's a feature. No, it's not a feature. Just like having lack of internet on a phone is not a feature. Okay, unless you're like the president of the United States and you have like Iran and Russia trying to hack into your phone, then the lack of internet is not a feature on a phone. It's just, it's stealing that phone. Also, the president of the United States makes $400,000 a year. So they can afford a secure phone for him. All right, here we go. The Google Pixel 9a versus the iPhone 16e. I watched the video, but we're going to talk about this. $499, $599 here. So it's $100 difference.
So, which of these two companies actually gives you more? I'm going to rate the phones.
Let's look at this. Which company do you think gives you more? Well, first of all, Google gives you more screen. It gives you more cameras. I think it's also lighter. Where that's a time and less is more. So I'm going to go with Google here.
Based on how good I think they are in each category out of 10. And then at the end, we're going to factor in the price and choose one as the definitive winner. So as far as what you get with the phones, both Google and Apple these days offer you the ultimate in environment conservation.
Environment conservation is just so annoying. Okay, like these people are like, oh, we got to save the trees. We got to save the planets. We got to save all this. We got to build the windmills. Windmills are so trash. Okay, windmill. Okay, I had to do like these stupid environmentalism, climate change, global warming thingies in school. Okay, that's one. Like, okay, it's a scam. Okay, but like windmills, who thought that was a good idea? When this is like this eco-friendly packaging. Think about windmills. You have these windmills. You have the top. You have the fans that fans out 20 feet of blade. The materials are not even recyclable, and yet. You have like 40 feet of land that's just like there, but you can't use it because like you can't build anything there. You can't grow anything there. It's gonna be too loud for anything there. You can't build a house there. It's gonna be too loud to grow anything there. And even if you wanted to grow something there, you have like birds and insects and things are gonna have to come in here and pollinate. But guys, guess what? The birds come in, they get like torn up by the uh, windmills. And windmills just trash. Okay, like no, just put a nuclear plant there, or a coal plant, or oil plant. Just be normal. Okay, why are people building windmills here? Like Apple, I don't care about your net climate carbon goal 2030 pushback, 2050 pushback, 27. I don't care. Okay, just make a good phone. Apple will never make a good phone, but I mean, at least try. Okay, at least try to make a good phone with carbon and without carbon. Like, who cares? Okay, like please, and for the love of all things that are good, just put a charger in the box. Okay, and this is a Google too. Put a charger in the box. Put a charger in the box, Apple. Okay.
Basically nothing. With the Pixel, you get no case, no screen protector, no charger, just the cable, the phone, and vibes.
Which I mean, that's kind of probably have to like kill off like unboxing channel, except for unboxing a phone today. Here we have the phone, and we have a cable, and you know what this phone does because it's the same thing as all the other phones. No new features, especially if it's an iPhone, and also like there's no good apps for it. Speaking of apps, we're gonna be doing a gaming stream today because I have like 3 hours to kill to like debate and hopefully don't lose. Hopefully I win. Winning is good. I usually don't lose debates, but this one might be a bit harder. So anyway, we're gonna be like podcasting for 2 hours, and maybe I'll switch over. We have like some interesting mobile games on my phone that I found for testing and review purposes, and I'll let you guys pick. Of course, you guys are gonna have to chat, so do that. I don't see anything. It says like 9 people watching. Did 9 of you people put me on mute? Like, did you just mute the tab and then be like, "Yep, we're gonna give this kid a view," but it's not a mute. All right. Anyway, prove it by chatting something. All right, fans. All right, let's go.
Except not really any vibes. And then over in Apple's corner, it's exactly the same story. Cable at the bottom, and the phone. So, a very mediocre start, but also a very similar start. I'd give...
Why do you get points for this? 4 points. Wow, guys, do you get 4 points for including the phone that you bought in the box? I mean, if they didn't include the phone in the box, that would literally be fraud. Oh, look, Christy's here. All right, that's good.
Both of these phones 4 points for box contents. And the similarities, they only ramp up. I mean, the thing that actually convinced me to make this video comparing these two phones is look at the designs, from the frosted backs to the logo placements to the flash being just to the right of the camera, even the texture and the curve of the aluminium on the side rails. It very much feels like we're looking at Google and Apple's take on the exact same phone concept.
Well, I mean, what else were they gonna do? I mean, it's a phone. What do they want it to look like?
Devices that feel designed to go head to head. And while I have to say, I do like the fact that Apple's has a glass back as opposed to Google's plastic.
Yeah, plastic's pretty fine. Also, it's gonna be in that case anyway, so.
I guess Apple decided after the iPhone 5C back in the day totally bombed that materials were one thing.
That's not even the iPhone 5C, but whatever.
Thing that they couldn't flex on, but then in other ways, very much flex on. It's just that the way that Google has finished their plastic, it doesn't really feel any different. This doesn't feel like a cheaper phone than this. They both feel like fancy phones. They both have IP68 ratings now.
That's good.
I'm quite impressed. Also, this is like the tiniest camera bump that I've seen in the last 5 years, apart from Red Magic, who's managed to go completely flush. Now, I do have a pretty major problem with this, but aesthetically speaking, I like it. So for design, I'm gonna go 8 points to Pixel, 8 to the iPhone.
Nah, I mean, Google Pixel design is just better. I mean, you got 2 cameras. That's got to be worth at least a point.
Completely neck and neck so far. So, what about the displays? Well, the second that you turn these two phones on, one thing becomes quite clear.
Obviously, I mean, look, this thing got a notch, this thing has a punch hole hammer, why?
If we're considering the full spectrum of phone displays out there, neither of these guys is winning any awards. I mean, the Pixel is surrounded by a border that's at least 20% thicker than you'd want it to be at this price. And the iPhone...
I mean, sure, but like, the people who buy this aren't really going to care, okay? The people who buy this are going to be like kids, they're going to be, these smart kids, not buying the light phone. They're going to be like, people upgrading from older devices. These people are going to be having like little border bezel measuring competitions. Well, I don't know. I don't know what kids do. I don't know what teens do. Maybe they do just sit around and measure the bezels of their device at home.
Has a notch. I thought we were done with notches. I was so happy to be done with notches.
Honestly,
I guess
yeah,
this is Apple's way
better than the dynamic island.
Of making something mid-range, giving you tech that's one step back from the current seamless dynamic island.
I mean, this is kind of a step back from 2017, seeing as only has one camera. Apple hasn't released a phone with only one camera since the iPhone XR from 2018, when that was kind of sort of acceptable. Not really, because LG introduced the concept back in 2016, reintroducing it from the 3D phone concept of 2011 times 12. So but at least for the time, the design was futuristic, or at least iPhone X is, which was futuristic. I remember reading about this thing on Dogo News when it came out in 2017. I was like, no, because they were like higher than Samsung. So in terms of numbering. Before I did all these, random debates over an X with random people, I always, debated Samsung versus Apple. So,
while sitting clearly one step forward from the straight-up black bars that you'd get across the cheaper iPhone SE.
Oh, I forgot about the iPhone SE. So yeah, they did release that with one camera, but that was like from 2022 when they were just like stealing the 28 to 20, what, 17, 16 design. Right, yeah. But I mean, even the iPhone SEs didn't retail at this price. So iPhone SEs were $449. Still bad. Okay, you shouldn't be having, like, you could like take a shower in that. You could dive. You could swim in that bezel. Okay, you guys could be having little splash pad parties in that bezel.
Either way, not a huge fan, and I'd actually side towards the Pixel just generally with display. The 9A is a lot brighter than last year's 8A, and so definitively outclasses the iPhone.
I mean, it does. Even in like 1440p, I can see that this white is brighter than the white on the right.
Outdoors, if you're into that. Plus, Google's managed to get a 120Hz refresh rate onto here.
That's good. Congratulations. And to the 11 people watching the chat, do you guys... Oh, 13. Wow. Record breaking. Do you guys have 120Hz displays on your devices?
Let me rephrase. Apple hasn't managed to get a 120Hz refresh rate onto here. That feels like the bigger headline. So almost everything feels quite a bit smoother over at Team Google. Although weirdly, this is one of the very few phones I've seen with which you get a high refresh rate display, but it's turned off by default, so most people won't end up using it. Bear in mind, the iPhone is slightly higher resolution, so videos might look
interesting, though. I play with resolution settings on my phone. I really don't notice the change sometimes.
A little crisper, and it uses stronger glass on the front. So when you factor in everything, it's not a massive display lead.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the stronger glass is there, but there is glass on the back. Plastic stronger than glass, so it's kind of a wash for durability.
For Google, but it is a lead nonetheless. So Pixel gets 7, iPhone gets 6.
All right, let's go. Google in control, in the lead, up by 1.
And while we're watching content on the phones, how's the audio quality? This is Pixel.
I wonder what song it is, because I wonder if Lifeline Worship likes me testing devices using In the Wild, and like the national anthem.
So now this is iPhone.
The iPhone sounds like a bit louder. I watched this on the phone, and I also watched this, using these like essentially free earbuds. So the iPhone does sound a tad bit louder on that one. Maybe it's just because he used this side of the ear from this side of the ear. It's essentially a wash, like 0.1 over the Pixel. Also, that's not a real song, so...
Okay, the iPhone sounds very good. Like, as good as its flagship counterparts. You feel like you're hearing the full range of your music, right down to the bass.
That phrase, like my music or your music, like, oh, I'm listening to my music. You didn't write the song, it's not your music. Also, it's almost as annoying as that phrase, that part. It's just used by a whole bunch of annoying people over on that stupid Sirius XM channel. What's it called? The Urban View. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that should the channel shouldn't exist. Like, why? Who listens to that? Like, if you ever want to hear annoying people screech and yell at you, like pre-recorded annoying people screech and yell at you, why? Just why? Anyway,
The Pixel is still very much acceptable phone audio, but just noticeably more compressed sounding. But then the other side to the
it's kind
audio
of like a baby phone, like the squeak sound that he likes to use in the thing for like those little Pokemons. Do you guys think Pokemons are satanic? What do you guys think?
which is every bit as important, is how clear are your phone calls?
I was actually impressed when I got to this part because phone call quality is very, very, uh, just like, just overlooked in cell phone reviews. I did a little parody skit of like a cell phone review in 2004, and that was all they talked about. Now you'll be able to hear about it. Like I remember that one thing from PC Mag, and I probably should turn this into like a meme or something. Where it's just like, hey guys, these are the top apps. It's Amazon, Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, Google. Amazon, Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, Google. Like, it's so sad. Like there are no more good apps being made for phones anymore. We have fallen. We have fallen, and it's all sad. But I'm so glad to see him re-review phones with the audio quality. It's truly a sign of strength and greatness that he did that. It's amazing. He's bringing it back. He's bringing it back, and that's amazing. That's great. More people should do this, like PC Mag, and unfortunately PC Mag. Even though we did do that whole cancel the Verge thing back in 2022, because the Verge was like a terrible outlet that like promotes abortion and stuff, and it's like a tech magazine. So good yeah, good times. So make sure you guys cancel them as well. Don't read them. Nonetheless, PC Mag, even though they stopped publishing the magazine in 2022, it used to be digital only from 2008 to 2022. They should probably bring it back. We need more tech magazines around, right? I mean, like, what exactly do you expect me to read? Why do you think I'm arguing and yelling at people all day? Because it's like nothing out here for people to read. Back to the video.
So right now I'm calling Drisha on the Google Pixel.
Right.
Drish, how clear or unclear would you say I sound to you?
It's okay. Like, it does the job. I'd say I can hear you.
To me, your
app kind of looks kind of like bland. It's like just white and red.
voice is actually peaking a little bit. It's cracking at the high end.
Got a bit of a walkie-talkie vibe, I think. Say a 6.5.
I'm interested to see if that changes. I'm going to call you from the iPhone now.
Okay, over. Hello.
Okay, that's
Oh,
immediate.
she said hello, kind of like the hello Moto, which just like the person who says hello Moto. I don't know. It sounds like the hello Moto person. It's like a sound startup. Let me see if I can find the sound. It sounds like they got like an Asian woman, maybe from like Japan, who like natively speaks Japanese, and then she learned English, but they told her to say hello like from Dutch. So this kind of sounds like she's using 3 different languages when you open the phone. Let me see if I can find the audio from it. Yep, here it is. Oh wait, no. Now in this one, she sounds like. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, isn't like lots of, at least, like Hispanic kind of. All right, here's the Hello Moto theme song. Tell me what you guys think.
Hello, Moto.
What do you think the prompt was for her to say it? Like, what do you guys think that was? Anyway.
Immediately clearer.
Yeah, way clearer.
If Pixel was a 6.5, this is an 8.
Yeah.
Bear in mind as well, both phones have the same
Interesting that he prompted the score there. Like he let her give the score, 6.5, 8. This kind of reminds me of that time when we kind of like with the with the Two Wiz Photos application, went around sort of like ranking people and like, ooh, 7.2. Well, actually, I didn't go around ranking people, but other people went around ranking people with the app that I brought to the school. However, the girls did get their fun because I did give them a headset and they could talk into a phone. So it kind of evens out there. Though I did bug them, though one of them, not the girls, one of the boys was a felon. So speaking of like, it's kind of like in the SSALTW like series, and we're gonna do an entire timeline of this. It is canonical, like it actually happened. Where I went to school with like an actual model, and then also like an actual felon. So, you know, and we worked with both of them. So again, just like this school was meant to be, I think. Also, you know, like one of the characters says like, "Oh, is acting like I say like in the series like, oh, the school should be a sitcom," and then one of the characters is like, "Yep, it should be. Maybe I should turn it into a TV show or like a movie. All we need is $100 million. All right, I'll have AI write the script for me. It's like pages and pages of work there. It'd actually be kind of interesting to see. No, this would be better as a TV series, SALTW, but then the book, SALTW, the election would be good as a movie. Now that would be a movie right there. And then we can have like the backstory of Molly and all these people. Amazing.
They're connected to the same Wi-Fi network, but still like a large difference in both how I sound and how the other person sounds. I'd go for 9 points. Pixel isn't bad, but it's pretty middle of the line. 6
Which is
points.
kind of sad because like it's a phone. It's what it's supposed to do. When's the last time you guys made a phone call? We interrupt this section of the Tech Boy Media's kind of sort of tech podcast to bring you Redeem Zoom. What? Oh. Who says this? Oh, this is almost as bad as Jack. What's this guy doing? What? What is this? Who just like does he? Is he just yaps when it comes to his brain? It's like, and like, whoa. You should only be allowed to change denominations once a lifetime. Denomination hopping is spiritual culture. Literally, Ashley, hardest hit. What? What are these people? Okay, back to the Let's Tech podcast for, just like, this is what I said, like in my entire message, like two, maybe 3 weeks ago. Christians, be normal for once. For the love of all that's good, be normal. Don't be having on here like, hey guys, Christians shouldn't write hymns because yada yada yada. Christy says it's top tier engagement forming. Oh, speaking of, some whole engagement forum over in like India, Pakistan guy. It's not even engagement forming. I think he genuinely believes this. Like, why? Why write this? Who? It's just, and people think I have insane takes and that I'm crazy. But this guy's he's setting himself up so that he can become Catholic and be like, I switched over once. Like, I can't wait for Redeem Zoom with 2030. Okay, just what is this? These people, the stuff I put up with on this. Okay, anyway, back to things like I often like to look up what, because this is what I do, like just like read whatever that is. I like to look up what actual teams are doing on I like to get thing. One good thing that I wish I could invent would be a decent friend making app, because like Wiz is just like Wiz is trash. Okay, unless you're a girl apparently. Wiz is like garbage, and it's like a monopoly. So what's his name? I am what? Nonetheless, we'll find out what the insult was. Well, anyway, like Wiz is awful. Okay, it is the worst app ever made, and it's like a monopoly. So could someone call the DOJ and tell them, hey guys, there's a monopoly over here. Get away from Google. Get away from Microsoft. There's a thing. Anyway, I like to go read like whatever the normal kids are doing over on like Reddit or Quora. Like they go sneak out and like steal cars or something. So it's either that, or read Redeem Zoomer tweets and argue with people online. So Yep, that's what the internet came from. Imagine being the person who invented the internet in 1969. You know, you create ARPANET to like save the world from nuclear annihilation, and then like 50 years later, you know, you have people with like takes like this, like just I mean, just whoever invented ARPANET probably just like died of just died. Okay, they're just like no. Okay, I can't believe I invented the internet, and you people just said, "Yep, this is what we're going to do with it." Anyway, back to the video.
So, both phones are still quite closely tied, and the thing that you have to give to both Google and Apple is that they're more affordable phones. Both use the same chipsets as
I mean, which is good because, like, listen here, listen closely here. Let's see what the people in the chat are saying. Nothing. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Anyway, let's see what do you guys do with your phones, and let's see what he's saying here. Also, let's look at this home screen, even though it isn't like 1440p. I mean, 144p. And we got you know, the messaging applications. We got photos. We got Apple News, Apple Maps, all those Apple apps, and then we got just like Google Chrome, Google Messages, Google Phone, Google Camera, which is Gcam. Yep. So we accidentally named the protagonists of the LTW series after a camera app. But you know, one day when the series is popular and people actually read it, Gcam will rise again, and it will rise above the official application. So yeah, I mean, they used to be MCAG as GCA, which was just like no. We imagine the entire book we just replace Gcam or Gcam Plus, Gcam SS with MCAG that's GCA, which is just no.
their higher end phones, the Tensor G4 and the A18. It's one of those things where, because both companies have their own custom chips made specifically for their flagship,
Yeah, I forgot they do have custom chips, which is just basically a Samsung chip for the Pixel.
chips, then it's actually cheaper for them to just reuse those chips in their more affordable phones than it would be to create some sort of separate manufacturing branch just to specifically make weaker chips. Now, there is one slight catch with the iPhone. See, when you're manufacturing chipsets, you don't always get a perfect result.
Makes sense. Also, speaking of, we have 21 people listening right now. So, you know, this is probably the only time I'll be able to talk to 21 people all at once right now. So, guys, make sure you go check out the Truth to Tech Boy channel. The new one has like a T and it's like American flag coded. So, red, white, and blue. So, guys, go check out that channel as well. All right, back to the video.
Sometimes one of your cores isn't performing up to scratch. And so what Apple does in these instances is something called binning. And I don't mean just, throwing it in the trash. It's kind of the opposite. They'll manufacture the top-end chipsets first. And in doing so, they will just naturally find a bunch that have at least one defective core. But then instead of just, yeeting the chips entirely, they'll instead just purposefully disable those funky cores completely and then use
what the programming looks like for that. And like how do you disable a core?
what's left of the chip for their non-flagship phones. So while it sounds like you get the same A18 chip on the 16E that you would actually get in the more expensive iPhone 16, it actually has just 4 graphics cores
As much
instead of the normal 5.
as much as I hate this phone, and this is the new popular phone nowadays. You have like Isabella Maria De Luca with this phone in pink, taking it. Which the only time I criticized her was for that, because like she went from iPhone 13 Pro Max, I believe, 3 cameras, to iPhone 16 with 2 cameras. So that is deserving for criticism. Especially since she's like a video creator, Pizzagate, Cakegate, etc. Like, as much as I hate this phone, why and who is going to notice the extra core missing? Oh, guys, I was iMessaging my friend and it was kind of laggy. Oh, speaking of iMessage, this is video we have to see. Yes, videos. Let me see if I can pull it up on my bookmark. It's like full well people use this phone are gonna be like iMessaging, TikToking, but like no one's gonna care, like at all. Like no, okay, they're not really gonna care about the specifications here. I have a video that we're gonna be playing. Let's see if I can make sure it's muted. Make sure it's not like copyrighted music or anything. Okay, good. It's muted. It's a video from I don't know which from. Fine. Okay, I'm gonna go to like the original source. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys if you think what do you guys think? Like, do you think these people would care about the phone? And secondly, Do you think like the phone, as in like, do you think they'll care about like the one missing core? And do you think also, like, ballpark estimate, what do you think the snap score is? All right, so guys, what do you think the snap? Okay, there we go. What do you guys think the snap score is? And also, like, how many cores do you need to run Snapchat? Also, what on earth is this video? Look what who posted this? And I gave it to you. Actually, let's do a little. Let's do a little. Don't let you zoom in. Okay, I always like to play this game called like, where you go look at people's phones and see if it's new. So let's see how many iPhone 16s and 16 pluses we can find here, guys. 16es we can find here. All right, it looks like an iPhone like 11. What happened to you? what were they taping these things on? Okay, why is the flash on? But okay. Oh, guys, it looks like we got that. That is a iPhone 12. Got another iPhone 12. These people, they're still poor. They can't afford a new iPhone. That's sad. Okay. What is this video? How many? All right, there we go. Let's go. Oh, there we go. There we go. This is high quality now. What is she looking at? She looks like what's her name from Madam President, that NYU girl or whatever. But do they all have iPhone 12s? Because they all have iPhone 16s, which I'm just gonna go with. I'm gonna say all these iPhone 16s. Because I really doubt that all these people here have, like iPhone 12s. Like the entire I don't even know what this is. The entire like cabal of people. I don't even know what this is. Or like, yeah, guys, we all decided that the national phone is the iPhone 12. That doesn't make sense. Another thing that doesn't make sense. What do you guys think? What do you think is higher? 35 trillion, which would be about the national debt, or the snap score, which is apparently the amount of times that you snap, and apparently people like them have high snap scores. I wouldn't know, but apparently it's true. Well, it was in a meme, so it has to be true. All right. Anyway, back to the video. Also, iPhone. Like, what do you guys think these people are gonna be like? Oh no, my snap score is missing a score. Oh no, I won't be able to do the same filter I've been able to do on the iPhone 6s since 2014. Oh no, that's terrible. Like, you know full well that video has been exactly the same thing. Like that's who this phone is for anyway. And it's for like children and like them. Okay, the 16Es for children, the 16 regulars for them, and like 20-year-old women who want a pink phone or something like that. Yeah. So, what I mean, the iPhone 16es kind of has like that little glossy. 16 just has kind of like that little glossy thing, and they have like the little fingernails and like my fingernails aren't long enough, but you're like, hey guys, I'm gonna be iMessaging my friend. Oh guys, look, my boyfriend. I'm gonna take a picture on Instagram. Like that's the only improvement there. No one's gonna be missing the cores. Okay, I guarantee you, they're not missing the cores. Besides, it looks like they already did their like abs cores workout. That's the only cores that they care about. All right, back to the case of the missing cores that no one cares about.
But then, on the other hand, Apple's A18 is so much more powerful than Google's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He finds like this random game here. Like I don't know what this game is. Maybe it's like Genshin Impact. Like, who just popular or something. Who's playing these games? Like you guys go look. We can go look at the top 100 games. In fact, this week we played like this game called Offline Games. Right? It was the top 12 game in the Play Store. The thing was so glitchy. It took me 36 minutes to complete all the levels in that game, and it was not a hard game. It's a game I've been playing every day of my life since like I've been 4. It's called Plug the Thing into the Wall. Hey guys, look, we have a charger. Plug it into the wall. That was a game. Yes, people are that bored and that's sad. And apparently, yeah, 4 of y'all were that bored that you watched me play something plugging into a wall. Which I'm thankful to the loyal fans I have out there. But good grief, you guys don't have to numb your brain like that.
Tensor to begin with, that even with this slight nerf, the iPhone does completely destroy Google in real-world gaming environments.
Real-world gaming environments. Yep, that's what these people are going to be doing with said phone. In fact, the iPhone E would be more popular than this phone only because it's an iPhone and be like, hey, I message my friends, which like you guys never even use iMessage anyway. You just use Snapchat. That's how you have a 36 trillion snap score combined. Which I wonder what the IQ in that room was. Statistically, according, it has to be statistically true. I mean, I haven't seen it play out in real life. Let's see. Blonde, 20-year-old woman, IQ 100. How the heck can you have an average IQ of 100? I mean, that's decent, I guess. That's okay. How old are they? Like 20? Wait. Oh no. Your IQ drops 10 points from 108 to 99. And then it's kind of like rebuffs. Yeah, maybe we should let 16-year-olds vote and not 25-year-olds. Let's see. Blonde, average IQ. Isn't it like 108? Yeah, I read that it was smarter. So the average IQ in that room times like, I don't know, how many people are in there? 100? Blonde hair, white women have a mean IQ of 103.2. Interesting. So that's 4.2 points above the average. So do with that what you will. I've never taken a real IQ test. I've taken like one, but then it made me pay. I wasn't gonna pay them, but it told me I was like in the 16th to 86 something percentile. I put that into ChatGPT, and it came out to like 117. So go with whatever that is, which would make me like 12 points above average apparently, because your IQ just drops when you turn 20. It's like, oh yeah, my IQ's dead, which is bad news for people. Maybe they shouldn't be allowed to vote. I could be, yeah. Okay, just don't. Okay, I wouldn't let 16-year-olds vote too. I mean, if y'all couldn't vote for me twice, that's not happening. I mean, but you asked me about abortion policy in high school, so y'all don't deserve to vote in an actual election at all. I'll take the fall.
We're talking like a 40% plus lead. So 6 points to Pixel, 9 points to the iPhone.
For the great and impressive gaming apps you're gonna be playing on either of these phones. No one. Well, maybe people buy it. No one's buying the iPhone SE for gaming, like at all. No one's buying it.
Fair. When it comes to software, though, we're at the stage now where it's not like either Android nor iOS is particularly missing any of the key features.
Sad. iOS needs to miss more features. I like iOS. We should probably tariff them for 100,000%. Like, just ban it. Why does iOS even exist? Just like scorch it and send it to Mars.
They can both basically do everything. But what I would say is cool is that what you're getting on these two mid-range phones is still the best versions of those softwares. Like Google's promised 7 years of Android updates to this phone, and Apple's promised 5 for their phone, just like they do on their flagships. And they do usually end up delivering more than that. Google Pixel phones are completely free from bloatware. Same goes for the iPhone. This is the definitive Android experience with pretty much every...
Yeah, but stock Android. I'm actually not that big of a fan of stock Android. Like, I've gone hands-on if it has a more Android thing. I'm more of a fan of Samsung Android. Samsung is top 2. It's the best.
Software features still intact from the flagship Google Pixel 9s. You get all the Gemini smart assistant stuff.
Perplexity.
Which is now a lot cleverer than it used to be. It feels kind of crazy to have this power at the press of a button now. You get the editing features like Add Me to be...
That's actually good. Useful. Well, I haven't used it, but it seems useful.
Able to take 2 group shots and combine the results so everyone makes the cut. And
so people don't run off and steal your phone. Which is, why, the selfie stick was invented back in the 80s, for cameras. This person invented someone stole a scammer he has to take the picture of, so he invented a selfie stick. Fun fact.
A really rather impressive magic editor that lets you erase things, but also completely change up existing shots that you've already taken. And then on the other hand, this is the definitive iOS experience, with not really any software feature missing that the top-end phones have, unless you count dynamic island and camera control, but as software features, I'd consider those highly optional. Now that said,
Well, they're more like hardware features if you think about it. Like dynamic island is just a hole in the screen, which is, you could emulate that on an Android phone. You can't do that on an iPhone. And camera controllers, complete hardware. It'd be kind of interesting to see if someone can get that to work on an Android phone. The only way I could think is like maybe use the button, push this, push that, change some settings. But
I actually personally think right now that Android, just generally as a platform, is in a better place than iOS is.
Go.
There's way more AI features.
Well, better AI. Apple Intelligence is just stupid.
Apple's AI is floundering. It feels like it's getting more stable, which I can't say for iOS. And some of iOS's recent design changes, like the Photos gallery, I just find them baffling. So personally, I would say for software, Pixel gets a 9, iPhone gets a 7. And you might
used to take some points off. It runs iOS.
Be sitting there wondering now, well, Aaron, you just gave Android more points than iOS, but your main phone is still an iPhone. Make it make sense. Well, that's where the next category comes in. Because where I think Apple pulls ahead is ecosystem.
Ecosystem is so like it's all the same thing. Why would you buy an iPad if you have an iPhone? Seriously, why? Unless you don't have a laptop, then fine. But like, if you have a MacBook and you have an iPhone, why do you have a tablet? Are you using it as a teleprompter or something? Oh, you need to take notes. Use your phone. Use your phone. Okay, you can take notes on your phone, or just use the laptop. And like, the people who use MacBooks are using them for all the same things. I was watching this movie, like it's called like The Click or something from like 2009. No, it's from 2008. It's actually pretty interesting because that they have the iPhone, but most of the girls in the movie have like just the regular old style cell phones, except for one who's like the richest of them or something. She has like the original iPhone, I think. Might be iPhone like 3, depending on when it was shot or whatever. But then she's also has this Mac, and they have this interesting like I guess pre-iMessage chat thing that's on the Mac. They also do like some video calling right there on the Mac as well, like which makes sense. It's high tech back into, and she has like a little state of the school, state of the union thing, which makes sense. And it's just like they're using chat programs, you're using all things like this, but all that's been now ported over to iPhones, right? Like why do you even have a Mac? Why does anyone even have a computer now? Like what programs are you gonna use, people? Let's look at the tabs I have open. Blogspot. Okay, we got phone thing. Grok can be done on the phone. We got Instagram, again, phone thing. Then some random websites, phone thing. We look down here, we just have like some random terrible 3D app. We have PowerPoint, phone thing. My antivirus, and then some browsers and Carta. I guess that's not a phone thing. And then Word. Like, just why do these things even exist anymore? Like, just use your phone. Or
most of you are likely already in and fairly locked into either the Apple or the Android ecosystem.
Well, I mean, I just have a laptop on a phone, but yeah.
But if you assume for a minute that you are neutral, you are deciding between these two phones and were completely open to fully adopting all of the products built around whichever one of these two you pick,
then why would you buy it? Like if you're planning on buying a MacBook, you're planning on buying an expensive iPad, why would you buy this? Just buy like an older iPhone 15. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Then I think Apple wins by a landslide. Firstly, because even on their own, Apple's ecosystem products are largely class-leading. Like the iPad, for example, completely destroys Google's Pixel tablet, which at this point is...
I mean, sure. But like the iPad he's showing is like, I think it cost him $3,200. Like, no one with that iPad is going to buy this phone, I hope.
Quite dated and very underpowered. Apple TV is, from my experience, a better TV box than the Google TV streamer.
I mean, maybe, but like, I mean, we're fine with our TV's web OS. I mean, like, we push button on the remote to get Netflix. Then you switch away to get DirecTV. All right, you're done. Like, it's not that hard. It's not like we're playing Angry Birds on the TV or Minecraft or something.
It feels more premium to use, and it just never lags. Watches and earphones are a little more debatable, because while I do think the Apple Watch and the AirPods are great, I also think the Pixel Watch 3 is by far the best watch Google has ever made. And the Pixel Buds Pro 2 as well feel top of the line. But then again, I think the MacBook is the best consumer grade laptop you can buy.
Yeah, you got some video editing, you got some writing, and yeah, that's it. Computing, it just seemed more interesting. Now, maybe it's just from my eventuality. Back in the 90s, you could just dial into random people's computers. Well, speaking of, I did a Perplexity chat about word dialing programs. I need to go ask about that thing as well.
Unless you're a gamer or you need a specific app that only works on Windows. And I don't even think it's a competition compared to a Google-made Chromebook. Now, bear in mind, the upside with Android is that you don't need to specifically buy in-house Google-made stuff. You could buy a Samsung tablet and a Dell laptop. But then the downside is that the integration you get isn't as deep.
It's fine. I personally don't sync my text messages with my PC, because if someone were to get my password to the PC or my phone, vice versa, they wouldn't be able to have access to everything.
Because those products, they're not designed completely around each other, like Apple's are. There's a second part to this ecosystem equation too, that iPhones generally integrate slightly smoother into the wider world. You'll just have an easier time doing stuff. For example, Apple's Face ID. It's not just for logging into your phone. You can also use it to authenticate bank transactions within
Can't you do it with your fingerprint scan?
third-party banking apps, much more so than you can with Google Pixel's fingerprint scanner, for example. You'll have more variety when it comes to accessories and cases, because it is far easier for a company to design something around one of the 5 or so iPhones released in a year versus the 1,000 Android devices.
Well, yeah, but this is a Pixel, okay? It's not like some random phone from Xiaomi or something. And I'm pretty sure some pretty good Pixel 9a cases out there.
But it's also just that there's a lot of developers who specifically prioritize a smooth app experience for iPhone users.
Also, again, this whole thing with developers and apps. What apps? Please tell me. I've been begging for weeks, years on stream. What apps? What apps? Yeah, I don't want to hear your little it's a web portal. I don't know.
Over Android users. Even the leisure center that I used to go to, if you had an iPhone, you could install your membership card digitally. It would show up automatically on your Apple Watch. So easy. Whereas if you had an Android, well, you just still had to carry around a physical card, like you were in the previous era. Or our gym equipment in this house, it syncs perfectly with Apple Health. Could not get it to work with Android. So it's this kind of stuff that has meant that even though I do think that Android in isolation is a better software platform right now, I've still personally decided to use an iPhone. So I'd go Pixel 8 points, iPhone 10 points. Which does mean Apple is starting to take the lead here. Cameras, though, it's a bit of a sorry case on both phones, to be honest. Because, the Pixel 9a, for example, actually seems to have had a camera downgrade from the 8a. The main camera
makes sense, because it's been, you can see the camera bar here. What happened? What did you do?
It has a smaller sensor, and it's 48 megapixels compared to the 64 that we got last time around. I'm assuming they've had to do this to be able to create this nearly flat design, but it's not a great look.
But why? It's not like people
prioritizing form over function. But even then, Google's actually looking pretty great compared to Apple, who's literally just given you a 48 megapixel main camera and no ultra-wide. It actually feels really strange using a phone without one because of how fundamental of a feature ultra-wide has become these days.
Exactly.
Especially
Apple does have this, and I think I've said this on stream before, it keeps kids from sticking the phone in their mouth and taking pictures of their tongues, so congrats, but also you still have that feature. Disgraceful.
For a $600 device. As for how good the main cameras are, they're both fine.
A picture's a picture to me.
They're mid-range phones, and they feel like mid-range phones. They take.
I'm not going to compare photos because the stream's in 2 bits, so
very similar quality shots with 2 just slightly different styles. They're both fairly fast to capture, and
the 9A just looks brighter.
They have reliable autofocus, but then equally they both
that is. Woo!
Completely suck when it comes to zooming in. This shot.
I know it doesn't suck this bad, but still, you can barely see What is that?
It was taken at 8 times zoom, but when you look at the quality, you might have thought it was 80. And then, of course, the iPhone's video is a little bit cleaner, especially since one of the few Google Pixel features that this more affordable A-series phone does miss out on is Video Boost, which would have helped. So I'd say the iPhone's main
I
camera
wonder if there's a way you can spoof it, like trick Google into thinking it's like an 8 or a Pixel 9.
is very slightly better than the Pixel's main camera. But then the Pixel has a large advantage having this whole extra second camera. And then for selfies, I absolutely love that the Pixel can go ultra wide for group shots, but also just selfies that capture your surroundings. But then I absolutely hate the fact that it doesn't have autofocus. So unless you hold your hand out and specifically go wide, your face will actually be very slightly out of focus. Both phones do also have optical image stabilization, but if you want the proper action camera experience, then I have never used a better one than the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, our sponsor. Up until now, you hear action camera, you think GoPro, right?
But here we go. Let's go to
Pro
the
2.
battery.
And now the final pillar for these phones is the battery. And just to give you
Guys, how important is battery life to you?
an idea, I ran a 2-hour battery test simulation.
And also, look at this. It's just sad. YouTube Shorts. We can do so much better. We can do so much better.
Doing a combination of social media scrolling, YouTube watching, and general app use, with the Pixel on its
What
smooth
apps?
120Hz
What
mode
apps?
and the iPhone just being an iPhone at 60Hz. And the Pixel finished that test with 86% left, the iPhone had 91.
Okay, that's not fair. Like, it's not. You could set the Pixel to 60 hertz. It's not fair to. I mean, if the phone could fly, would you be like, well, the phone has to fly at all times? If the phone had a little drone pack, no.
Now, I could have kept the Pixel on 60Hz and gotten longer battery life, but given that 120Hz is one of the key selling points, and because we've already given this phone extra points in the display category for having it, I think it makes sense to also keep that mode on for battery.
No, you have to check with the same features that it has, right? I mean, it'd be kind of like having a telephoto zoom contest with the S24 Ultra and the iPhone 16e, and being like, well, the iPhone 16e, or I guess it won't be like taking a feature, right? The iPhone 16e has to zoom in, like this, but we're gonna give it a nice little like telephoto attachment or something like that. No, that's not fair.
Battery testing. And assuming you do that day to day, the iPhone will consistently last longer. But
I mean, duh. If you have the phone, one phone's in power saving mode essentially, because that's what that's a mode you can do on a Samsung phone where you can have a power save and go to 60 hertz. One phone's in power saving mode and one's not, and the phone in power saving mode lasts longer. Wow, truly shocked. I'm shocked here, people.
even the Pixel is easily enough to get you through the day, thanks to a 5,100 milliamp hour cell on the inside. So they both have pretty great batteries. They both have very underwhelming charging. As you've seen, both phones come without a charger, and they also have some pretty mediocre wired charging speeds. And while they do support wireless charging, it's nothing particularly fast or exciting, with neither utilizing magnets to make it any faster or more efficient, leading to battery scores of 6 to Pixel and 7 to iPhone. So that actually makes it very close in the end, but we do have a winner. And it's not the iPhone. Because yes, Apple is ahead. It's got 8% more points overall. But when you factor in that you have to pay 20% more to get that, being $599 instead of $499, plus the fact that these Pixels are practically guaranteed to be on sale in a few months, while iPhones are like the opposite, I would actually say Google is more likely to be the better value overall package.
And congratulations to Google for its impressive win over the iPhone. All right, let's go back to TheTechBoy.org. We have some more headlines that we had to do go over today. So, how to set specific ringtones per contact on iPhone. Also, how to create some free on Samsung. How to create free pie charts as well. Check out these articles. And now we're going to get to the fun part. We still have an hour left of stream, more like 45 minutes, and then we have so you guys can go ask me questions. Come on. There's 24 of you people here. Get in the chat and ask questions, because we have to go to the sad and depraved site known as Reddit, because I put in a query here, and here we go. Wow, 4 upvotes. So we tried. We were looking into like interesting programs, and we're going to try them right here on stream. So essentially, I'm looking for fun software that is not a chat app and not a game, because like I have no friends I chat with, and I'm not really interested. In games. Speaking of games, we're going to be having a game stream like an hour after this, so just non-secret short. Anyway, all right. They said that we can try our hand at programming using this application called processing. So that's interesting. I'm not going to try to learn how to program right now. Okay. But what does this do? Yeah, it's one of those little open source. Oh, it actually teaches you how to learn how to code. That's interesting. All right. Okay. Let's see. Blender. We're not trying that right now. The thing would crash. Here's the thing I was interested in. Super Toys. It's a 2D sandbox game thingy. A what? Okay. All right. Let's go over to zero check into Soup Toys, and it's what the what is this? Yeah, that's a that's yep. We gotta love physics. And it's put out by the Super Boys because of course it was. All right, let's see if this thing works. We'll bookmark that and start the download while we go look into what else is. And he said the powder toy. The powder toy is actually pretty interesting. It's more interesting on the phone because on my computer it's like, does not scale well at all. I mean, the screen's only 15 inches. Like, come on, you used to be able to scale. All right, let's see what the next program is. Wait, that's it? Oh, there we go. Python, whatever. Steam powered. Ooh, what's that? It better not cost money. Oh, it's from the Steam store. Flowscape. You can create your own nature scene simply by painting. Ooh, this looks like a bank. Like one of those little book things, like from like movies. This actually looks interesting. How much is it? $15. I don't have $15 to spend. Though I could probably make money with this. Like a little, make some wallpapers. Maybe they'll give it to me for free. All right, let's bookmark that and save it. Because maybe I can like test it, give them a little free shout out or review or something like that. All right, so I'm downloading Soup Toys right now on a totally legitimate and legal website. All right, now let's go to the next thing. Research and build a family tree. We can do that later. Factorio. Ooh, okay, let's see what this is. It's a. He said it's like an Excel spreadsheet. You guys see this, right? Does this look like an Excel spreadsheet? Okay, that's interesting, but I'm not really sure what this has to do with Excel, with cute graphics. Okay, that's great. Linux, yeah, Linux hates me. Emacs, some text editor. What is it with these people in text editors? Like, just why? Yeah, you people act like text editors are the second coming of the Samsung Galaxy S1. Like, what? You people like worship at the feet of text editors. It's crazy. Wait, someone actually commented, dude's clearly on the spectrum. How? That's there we go. I wonder if this is Christy's alt account. Like she's like pretending to be American or something. I don't know. All right, let's go back to YouTube and let's go back to Reddit. View Professional. You can create landscapes for free. See, that's what I'm talking about. Free landscapes, people. So like, it's my right as a citizen, right, to be able to create landscapes for free, not $14.99. View Professional is a free software that can be used to create landscapes. Thank you. That's great. Let me see if I can find it, because when I type it in, it's something different. It's a test taker, View Professional. Professional landscape software. haven't found it. Look, it's missing. Oh, here it is. View infinite. Oh, okay. I've always wondered what those little particle simulation games things do. Here it is. View 6. Ooh, this looks interesting. All right, let's download this thing for Windows. All right, guys, you always remember to make sure you're safe on the internet. It's always like the like that Down Goody Lane episode where Mr. Morrison's like, "Be safe on the internet, guys," and he's like, "Okay, yeah, we got it," but like you didn't even know what a blog was until like a few days ago, a few seconds ago. So like maybe you should be the one to speak, but whatever. Ooh, this guy couldn't even find it as well as me. I think it's called View 6. So let me see if I can comment it here for him. And I also got a message from someone. So I'm going to stop sharing so you guys can't see messages and read out the softwares that we were given. All right. Apollo in real time. Oh, okay. What's that? Oh, it's a timeline of the moon landing. Okay. Gizmodo. Shut up, Alexa. All right. It's not letting me scroll to the chat. Windows 635. I can't really even read what it's saying. Neo series. Also, some interesting little websites too. I'll take a screenshot so you guys can see. Maybe from nice. All right, we have 40 more minutes, so let's go find an interesting YouTube video to react to. You guys can give some. Ooh, Sarah Grace. That's another video. I did a reaction to it, but apparently, like, missed out. You missed being able to hear what I said off what she was saying. So that was sad, but I did such a good reaction that I guess you could understand what I was saying. Hopefully, that's what I at least like to think. Also, it's kind of interesting how the entire YouTube homepage is actually better on my laptop than it is on my phone, which is just like, hey guys, look, it's not a point for me to have a laptop, I guess, which is just like, what are you guys doing with your life? All right, let's see what's in my bookmarks here. I guess I missed the bookmark. Oh, here it is. Here it is. No, the T Low Raw pager entering production. Let's go. This is what I'm talking about. This is the interesting, neat technology that I'm talking about that I want to see from you people. This is what I'm talking about. Let's go. It's like a paging device that uses LoRa so you can communicate without needing Wi-Fi or anything like that. That's amazing. And this person gets it. Why not use an adapter for existing smartphones? We could have our own little Wi-Fi walkie-talkie smartphones. It's been a dream of mine since I've been born. I mean, it would be great. It'd be even better than the Babbling Book Summit of last year. It'd be really, really amazing. All right, let me open up the YouTube thing so we can react to another video. Let's go to Sarah Grace's channel. Unless you guys in the comments want to say something, you can pick another video. Nothing. No video, okay? So we're going over to Sarah Grace. Let's see what she has to say about tech. Because last time I roasted her hard because he was just like, oh, I don't know what she's saying. Let's see what we have here. All right, you guys, come on, pick something. How long is this? 21 minutes? Alright, let's do this one. Let's see how many.
This is a $1 speaker.
Alright, it's a $1 speaker. Let's see how good the analysis is, you know. Be nice to it, because I don't want to get sued. Also, it's kind of sort of nice to be nice to people. So, alright, back to the video.
And this is a $1,000 speaker. Oh.
Yeah, maybe you should have moved. Alright, let's go.
That's horrible. So obviously the more expensive product wins. But just
I can't believe it. I can't believe a speaker the size of your fingertip lost to a speaker the size of you. Who would have seen this coming? Physics is amazing.
more expensive always mean better. We're about to find out today. So this is a $30 3D printer.
3D printer pins are just trash. Again, just ban them. Throw them out. They are awful.
And this is a $300.
3D printer is obviously going to win. I mean, look, it even has a nice little aesthetic, little, gray kind of like smoothness about to it. Okay, the 3D printer pin is not with the box it's printed on.
3D printer. On the Anchor Make app, we have like a ton of different stuff we can make. Obviously, this doesn't have an app, but there's like so many different options, but we need something quick because I don't want to wait 14 hours for this to be 3D printed. Okay, so we're trying to run up the Anchor Make printer and get it all ready to actually print, but 3D printers are a disaster. They never really work that well, so I'm trying to get it to like run, but it's kind of having some issues right now. Maybe it just needs to like warm up. I don't know what to do. It's not working. This thing has to like preheat and then level, and then you have to pick the file, then you have to upload the file, then you have to hope that something actually comes out of this thing. It's gonna take a while. Meanwhile, why don't we try our $30 one? This one looks
Yeah, and you know what's gonna come out of that? 70-degree preheated sticky plastic gooky mess.
a lot easier. I always freaking wanted one of these when I was a kid, so I bought it as a grown-up. Now I have money to buy it.
He's 22-ish. These existed 10 years ago?
Isn't that crazy? I'm like a whole grown person. Ooh, look at all the colors that this one comes with. This one was only 30 bucks, but with this 3D printer, we only have white and blue. That's all we got. But with this one, look at all the colors. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're gonna burn through each and every one of those. Come on.
Goodness, this is fun. Oh shoot, I think it's wireless too. Isn't it? Because it doesn't have a wire. I think it's wireless. Okay, so let's see if this thing is as simple as it looks. I'm sticking in the filament. I think it might need to heat up a little bit. Something's happening though, for sure. What the heck? Oh my gosh, this is actually working. It's like,
I mean, kind of. It's like a really bad hot glue gun. And Soup Toys is installing right now, so let's see how well it works out for us.
melting the plastic, and it's like actually making a 3D printer, like a handheld one though. I'm trying to make a little heart because why not? Oh, it's coming out.
Interesting accent there. Little what? Very good. Yeah. All right, back to the video.
A little crazy. Oh my goodness. Wait, this is so fun.
I mean, yeah, but the printer's gonna win. What is this?
And it's actually so easy to use. Like you literally just turn it on and start it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so might not have came out that nice.
That's terrible. All right, and for our gaming stream, people, that's gonna happen right after this. Let's keep it on up. Soup Toys will be the game because none of you people picked anything, so you're gonna get stuck with Soup Toys. That's what you get.
Wow, that was so easy. Like we quite literally just turned it on and started freaking printing. And we could like plug in all these different colors. It looked like ice cream, no? Maybe we should make an ice cream cone. Yeah, boy. You see that? Change. Okay.
Look how bad that is. It's just like one little filament.
Okay, now let's make the cone. The cone's gonna be freaking hard. That's kind of good. Come on, brother. I don't know if that looks like an ice cream cone.
What is this? Wait, what is this?
But hey, at least I tried. That's pretty darn good. That's pretty fine.
No, it's not. And you people are getting like obsessed with like actual trash.
Okay, 3D printer. Eat it. Okay, so here is our 3D printed creation on our $30 3D printer. It's making a whole freaking dookie down there. She's having some issues. Do you see that? It's burning. All the filament is just sitting there burning in like a giant clump. It's a mess. Oh no, that's
She's
really
like calibrated the printer first.
Really bad. Brother, this is really freaking bad. What's happening? This is the $300 printer. There's no way, right? This is all it prints out. I literally tried to print a bunch of different stuff and
I mean, that's better than the ice cream cone.
nothing was freaking working. This is actually not the results I expected from this. But if you guys have ever used a 3D printer, you know that they're insanely complicated to use for some reason. So I guess this is our $30 printer creation versus our $300 3D printer creation. I can't believe it. Sheep won this round.
Well, that is a take.
Point to cheap. The next one I'm actually really excited. This right here is a $2 flashlight, like $1.28, right? This, my friends, is a $200 flashlight.
$200 flashlight easily wins this one. I mean, you can't mess up a flashlight, can you? Just don't point it at you. It's gonna burn you up.
Like literally, when I was looking up products for this video, I'm like, how can a flashlight be $200? We're about to find out right now. Oh, there we go. Oh wow, what the fancy? Oh my goodness, this thing is freaking heavy. It's like a whole weight. $2 versus $200 flashlight, but I think in order to get an accurate test of this, we need the light off. Okay, so first let's try the $1 light.
Also, really nice set, really nice studio here, but like, what apps are you running here?
Any batteries?
First red flag of this flashlight, it needed a battery. Okay, let's try it out. Ready? $2 flashlight. Okay, it's not bad, right?
No, please don't point $200 flashlight in your face if you ever want to see it again.
I think it's bright. Yeah, hold on. Which do you think is brighter?
Oh, definitely the $2.
The $2 flashlight? I think this one is just very focal. Like, it's very, like, one area. Okay, not bad, not bad. So this is a $2 flashlight. Let's try the $200 flashlight. If this needs a battery. Oh my, look at the battery! And the $200 battery.
Oh, that's not worth it.
Wait, this is so bad!
What? What is wrong with these products? She must be using it wrong. It has to be like a setting or something. There's no way. I think $5 flashlight is better than this.
What the heck? Hold on. Wait, oh, it goes brighter. Oh, okay. Bro,
I told you not to point it at your face. Oh my. Why? These people. What was the IQ for black-haired girls again?
I literally almost like blinded myself.
Why?
I saw the light. I literally saw him and look. Oh! I told you.
Right.
Look, no, the camera can see what it looks like. This is what it looks like when the $200 flashlight hits you. Oh my god. This thing is crazy, brother.
Wait, but it's not that
Okay,
dark.
she went from, wow, this flashlight is pathetic, to literally worshipping at this flashlight's feet. Like, you're gonna have to proper respect to the flashlight, but like, you don't need to be like worshipping it.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so there's different settings. So there's like focal, and then
Just wow. Just wow.
there's like big area. Okay, let's try this again. The only way to test it is on my face apparently, so I'm blinding myself for this video. Light number
Why? Why do you do this to yourself?
1, light number 2. Scared, bro. I'm freaking scared.
Right.
No, I'm scared, brother. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Is it right?
Yeah.
I can see the light. I'm in another world. Dude, this is nuts. Oh, we can tell scary stories.
Just what? But this is really. What is this?
This is the story about Sarah spent all our money in a YouTube video. The $200 black light. Wow. Okay, so I think we can collectively agree that the more expensive one's better. Team.
Wow, that's a W right there. Uh-oh.
Expensive wins. Next up, we have our $8 pair of headphones and our Celesti Focal. So these were $8.
All right. If the expensive headphones don't win, that's gonna be ooh.
And this was $929.
Okay, that's not even fair. Like, these things, that thing.
I know, for some freaking headphones. It's crazy. Dude, these come in a whole freaking... Okay, sir. Just a little extra. And then over here, the packaging for the $8 headphones. Little sandwich baggie. Wow. Dude, this is literally taking me to freaking... When I was in elementary school playing cool math games on the freaking computer. Fun brain. Pop Tropica! Oh my god. See? This gives you nostalgia. This, what is this giving us? It's not giving us anything.
It's gonna give you bass.
It is a purse, isn't it? It's my Gucci Louboutin. Oh my gosh. What did I spend $900 on? It comes with like all of these freaking wires, which is crazy to me because nobody really, I feel like, what do you use this for? Yeah, I feel like this is like some high quality like studio headphones. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so first we're gonna try out our $8 headphones. Wow. Hey. Honestly, I'm very surprised with these. I thought that it was gonna sound super quiet and muffled, but you can actually hear pretty well for like $8 and like completely out of plastic. Like these are not too shabby.
Interesting. You know, that's nice.
I have to say, the problem is now these have to compete with $8 headphones and they have to blow my mind. Like when I hear this music,
I mean, a flashlight did that. Also, you know, hopefully she's using high resolution, you know, audio files because like it's just like some random compressed YouTube video. It's gonna sound a bit better, but not like 900 times better.
I better hear the person that was coughing in the studio in the very back. Like I need to hear every single sound. This is make or break it right now. Oh my god, you have to plug it in on both sides. That's kind of intense. I feel like I need to listen to something like really good. What's like has good sound? Honestly, these don't feel that like good.
Is she just listening to this off of YouTube? You know, if I was an audiophile, like go like yell at her in the comments, but I'm not, so.
Good quality. Like the AirPod
like
Maxes, like I
listening to
can kind of get on
instruments.
board with it. Like they feel heavy and good quality. These are kind of like plasticky. They don't feel crazy good. Time to put them to the test. Studio level music.
What is she listening to? What of all the songs she chose whatever that was.
I think I'm about to cry. This sounds amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So we may have different definitions of music.
It's enough to make a grown girl cry. Unpopular.
You're like 20. How old are you? She is 21. So yeah, that's okay.
Opinion. These are great. Not that good. Not actually that good. I swear.
Oh my gosh, she didn't download the cut file. She downloaded some random YouTube thing, and yeah.
Swear to you, AirPod Max sounds better. Like it just sounds a little bit muffled. Like it does not sound that great. Is it as bad as these? Absolutely not. But for $900, I expected better. I expected to really hear crispy, good audio. Team Cheap wins. Is that crazy? That's crazy to say. That's crazy to say, right?
Because it's the price.
That's a take. All right, we got a projector. Obviously, the cheap projector is going to lose here. I mean, it's just simple physics. You can't compete with physics.
$40 projector, and this is a $1,000 projector.
It's bigger. It's going to have a bigger light, and you know, she likes to point lights towards her face.
And we're about to see how big of a difference this makes. So first off, we have the LED projector. This is not gonna do better than like 1080p, so that's already like not good, but you know what? We're talking about price compared to how good it is and the simplicity of it. Oh shoot, this is even smaller than I thought. Oh my gosh, look at this.
It's like a little Kodak Insta camera.
So tiny, and it's like entirely plastic, so it doesn't feel super great quality. Oh man, see, this is the kind of stuff I don't like when you have to,
oh man, you got tech from 2006.
like plug in 20 million things to it. Like I kind of just want to plug and play. Over here on the Nebula Anchor side, we've actually used this in a couple videos. They're not sponsoring today, but I do love this projector. Oh my gosh, the size difference is crazy. And it comes with a handy dandy remote. Okay, so
if she's used it, why'd she buy it?
right off the bat, the $60 projector was insanely
Used to be 40. What happened? Inflation?
complicated to set up. You have to connect HDMI, and then I had to connect the HDMI to adapter and then to my computer, and that just kind of mirrors the Netflix that I'm putting on my computer. But our Anchor projector, we literally just plugged it in and it has Netflix, YouTube, everything built in
Oh, so it's like a TV.
already. So we literally just plugged it in and turned it on.
But then again, like, why? Just buy a TV. A TV would be actually cheaper than this. You can get a TV at $200 at Walmart.
It's actually crazy. And let's not even talk about this freaking difference in the quality. Like,
She learned something that day.
it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but the $1,000
It's not
projector
that hard to tell. This one's brighter.
Is crispy, like crispy, clear, bright, like it's amazing. Like it looks better than my TV. And then on our $60 projector, it is not good at all. Like it's gray, it's blurry, it's just not good. I mean, you can still see the picture, so that's cool. Like you can still see like what's on the screen, but it's just kind of like nothing compared to the other projector. Okay, so the $60 projector, no sound is coming out of it for some reason. Maybe we have to hook up
Probably put the, you know, with the little dongle and adapter. It's probably broken that way.
like a speaker or something, but it's not playing any music, which is very unfortunate. But this projector, on the other hand, it's a little too loud. Oh my God. Speakers on the $1,000 projector are absolutely insane. So loud, so clear. This doesn't have a speaker, unfortunately. Obviously, this one's a lot cheaper, so it's not a complete fair comparison, but in the battle between—
That's the point of the video. Of course it's not fair. Give it to the big one.
cheap versus expensive, expensive wins this round 100%.
Oh.
Yes, it is expensive, but it's 100% worth it. And the picture quality is insane. So sorry, cheap, expensive wins. The next item is kind of crazy, but this is a 98-cent pen, and this is a $100 pen.
The cheap pin's gonna win. A pin is a pin.
Yeah, you heard that right. I spent $100 on a pen. Like and subscribe, please. Okay, I think let's start with the cheap pen because everybody knows what a freaking pen looks like. 98 cents on Amazon. Love to see it. Packaging, not demure, not very classy. Okay, so here is our paper, and I'm just gonna write hello on it. Wow, very nice. This over here is our vase with Indian lotus scrolls
I don't care. A pin is a pin, okay?
in gold tracing. Okay. Super fancy box. Oh my gosh, dude. Look at this. It has a freaking letter with a seal print on it. This is gorgeous.
Let me guess what the letter says. It's gonna say something about the beauty of handwriting, yada, yada, yada. Where this pen was made from, yada, yada, yada. We hope you enjoy it, yada, yada, yada. And we hope that your creative imagination sparks, blah, blah, blah.
I want to get this now just because I love this. Oh my goodness. This is so pretty. Okay, and then it comes with a little letter. To those on the journey of pursuing mastery. Wow.
See? Told you. One of those little, it's a journey, story type thingies.
I am being sold right now. Okay, and then inside also, there's instructions for a pen. That is wild. Okay, so then also in here, what the heck is this? Okay, here's the pen, if I could ever get it out. Here she is. Very, very interesting. It's quite heavy, actually. Wow, look at that. I mean, she is cute. She's cute indeed. It has like these really intricate designs on it. Very pretty, very cute. But
It looks like you could like signal a plane with it. Or like, you know, spike someone in the head with it.
the actual pen? Oh, okay. Interesting. So this is like the base that you have on your desk, I guess, for your fancy $100 pen. And then let's go ahead and test out.
It doesn't
and
even
see
take
how
pictures. It's not even a spy pen. Like a pen is a pen.
well this thing actually writes, because for $100, this thing better freaking do my homework for me too. Okay. Oh, okay. Look at this. First of all, this one looks way better, obviously. It was a lot easier to write as well. I will say that this one
Right on top of a book. That's what I do.
was like a lot harder to write. So like, let's just say I'm writing my name, Sarah. Like I have to apply a good amount of pressure and it's barely coming out.
You have
Versus
to apply 100 times less pressure. I mean, it's a dollar pen versus a $100 pen.
this one, I'm like very lightly using it. It very like slow, like softly, smoothly writes. Like it's very smooth to write with. I'm not gonna lie.
What was that? What was that transition?
Freaking like this pen. It works so good. Like I'm barely writing and it's just coming off so beautifully. And then this one, I kind of have to like, if I'm barely writing, it comes out like that. Like that is crazy, the difference.
Is it worth it?
Absolutely freaking not. You really thought you ate, brother? I feel like this is if you're like.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Same right there. You think you ate, brother? You know, look, I'll take it. I'll take it. Gen Z for the win. A pin is a pin, people. A pin is a pin. You know, congratulations, Sarah Grace.
$1 million deals, you know, and you're like, if you're like signing $1 million deal and I'm like a boss babe on my desk and I'm like, shall we finalize this deal? The founding fathers were using this to freaking write. So stupid. The next thing we're comparing is smartwatches. So this right here is the cheapest smartwatch I could find on Amazon for $12. And this is
Yeah, things losing. Well, I don't know the way this video is going.
the Apple Watch Ultra that costs $730. Absolutely crazy difference here. This one's just obviously normal plastic wrap, nothing fun and fancy.
Oh, that entire thing.
All right, so here is our Apple Watch Ultra. It has like a camouflage watch band and it's just freaking funny. Like it's trying to like be orange and like Apple Watch Ultra vibe, but it's giving Dollar Tree. And then over here we have our freaking, I had to sell my left kidney for this. Bougie packaging. Bougie, 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 bougie. And then
much
bougie,
is a
bougie,
left
bougie.
kidney?
Right here is our Apple Watch Ultra 2. Sheesh. Dang, this thing is huge. And then our watch bands. Oh, what the? I thought I ordered a nicer one, but I guess we have this like olive green. Obviously, the packaging on the more expensive stuff is just always more excessive, which is kind of crazy because like, why are we wasting more materials versus just
Hey, look, you paid $700 for it. I want the whole tree, okay? None of this environmentalism.
getting straight to the point? I guess the like more expensive stuff tries to make it more of like an experience, which honestly it works. Like Apple products are Apple products because of the experience. Okay, so here is our $700 versus our $12 watch, and they look pretty similar. They both have like very
Well, I mean, a watch is a watch. A square is a square. I mean, how would you mess up a square?
like digital technology looking homepages, and they're pretty
What did I do to deserve this? Digital technology look. What do you expect them to look like? Also, I think it's interesting that for $12 you can get a functional touchscreen. For $1,000 a few years ago, touchscreens were rare.
cool. They both have buttons on the side. So obviously the Apple Watch, you click it and you have like a ton of different apps. You
Also,
can like
notice how she's wearing an Apple Watch on her wrist.
text messages on here. You can listen to music on here. Versus our $12 watch, you can do running, walking, cycling. It definitely can't do as much as this watch. And of course, a $12 watch is not going to be as great. It's probably not going to be as responsive. And there's 20 million things that you can do on the expensive watch. You can track your blood pressure. You can make calls on it. You got a calendar. But with this one, you can literally just work out, which I mean, I guess that's what fitness trackers are for, but it's definitely not as good as the Apple Watch. I don't know. I'm kind of torn because $800 for a watch is a little bit crazy, but also I have an Apple Watch and I would not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you want to go with the cheap watch, you can take the Apple Watch off right now and use it for a week.
Use this. So I'm not gonna lie, I think expensive is gonna have to win on this one just
Makes
because
sense.
I wouldn't be able to use this fitness tracker. I don't think it would work well at all. The next cheap versus expensive product is this cheap camera and this expensive camera. So
Expensive camera wins, easy. Like that cheap camera has no zoom. Its screen is gonna be terrible and it's gonna be super light, which is a bad thing.
this digital camera I got on Amazon for $22. So this is about to go crazy. It's like this black, oh my gosh, this thing is, oh my gosh. This
It's gonna be light and rattling around.
be so bad. It's so light, it's plastic. Oh, it just needs batteries. AAA batteries. I've never seen a camera that needs batteries. So this is what the camera's looking like right now, and this is a $20 camera. So this thing really has to
High
try to clutch
technology
up
20
because
years
as
ago.
of right now, it's going up against a freaking $4,000 camera.
Wait,
So this is our Canon R5. This is like a $4,000 camera. So we're gonna go ahead and take some pictures outside and see which one is better. This is so silly. We're gonna put it to shame. I'm sorry.
What? What in the 2005 is this? She like de-aged 12 years. She's like dead. She's like not even born yet in this picture. What are these Instagram poses? Just because you're like a woman doesn't mean you have to do whatever that was.
This is actually gonna be the most insane competition ever because $50 for a laptop is nuts. And $17.
Wait a second. Who won the camera? Who won the camera? Just forgot to tell us.
This is actually gonna be the
Yeah.
most insane competition ever because $50 for a laptop
You
is
have a logo. It just came in a cardboard box.
nuts. And $1,700 for a laptop is nuts too. So first we have our $50 laptop. I literally found the cheapest laptop I could find on Amazon. It's this
That's
Lenovo Chromebook and it's super tiny. I don't know what this is. Is this just scratched? Look, it's
a laptop.
used. That's
That's
weird, right? I guess they sold me like a refurbished one. Crazy. Okay, that's our $50 laptop versus
Yeah, there's probably some random kid's, Chromebook right there. They put a heart on it for the person they liked and then broke up with 2 days later.
the MacBook Pro. This is gonna be a tough game, my friends. Man, so nice. Oh my goodness gracious. Haven't seen this laptop yet. All black. This is a beautiful computer. Look at it. Like heaven, the gates of heaven have opened. This is gonna be a showdown right here. So both of
Computers
them
and
are in the
flashlights
startup
to
phase. Okay, so I have both computers set up, and obviously the MacBook immediately looks better. The quality of the screen looks better. It's bigger, it's brighter. The Chromebook, well, not so much. It's definitely duller, not crispy
But
whatsoever.
again, what are you gonna be doing on that MacBook? Like, if you're just using Google Docs and watching TikTok.
And just tiny overall. But I'd rather judge this on performance of the computers because it's not really fair to just say, oh, this one looks prettier. So we're gonna run up a game on both computers to see if they're able to handle
You got a MacBook, but just not for gaming, and a Chromebook is just no.
the powerful game we're about to play. Pop Tropica. I freaking love playing Pop Tropica, and it's kind of
You're playing a cool math games game? Hey guys, that's Frolic Test, one of the most powerful laptops in the world, with the $50 laptop by playing some game that you could play with in 2006.
a hard game to run. It can get really buggy if the computer's not good. So let's go ahead.
How? That's a web game right there.
Pick our character. Okay, so here, on this side, it's working
This is the type of game that like kids would be playing in math class or something. Like, hey guys, I got the high level. You got the high level. It's the same thing. Like, it's like one of those boy girl game thingies.
super well. Literally not a single buggy, laggy thing.
I would hope not. Like, it's a website. I would hope it runs.
And also the quality looks incredible. And the audio too is amazing. Oh my gosh,
This is a game that is made in paint, okay? I've never seen a benchmark being used in Pop Tropica. Right, Pop Tropica is an online adventure game developed in 2007 by Pearson Education's Family Education Network, targeted towards children aged 6 to 15. Yeah, I'm sure this game is just, this thing ran on the DS, okay? Of course it's gonna run on the MacBook. I call it, it's an actual cool math game thing. Nah, really? Who would have thought that this game would run on a MacBook? I couldn't have seen this one coming. It's a game made in 2007. Of course it runs on that. It should run on both. Fine.
this is so fun. Okay, now let's go ahead and try over here. Immediately the colors are like not very good.
We already established that when you said the screen was brighter and bigger and better just when you looked at the wallpaper. That has nothing to do with the game.
Super dull. But wow, it's actually running pretty well. Like,
I can't believe the actual shock this woman has. Wow, I can't believe a browser-based game released in 2007 runs well on a Chromebook from 2024. I'm shocked even that a Chromebook can run a Chrome tab. This was your benchmark? You have all these benchmarks ahead of you. You have actual browser-based benchmarks, and you said, nah, let's play some Prop Topica. I've never played or heard of this game in my life. Let's see how well this game plays as I'm live streaming. I have a whole bunch of apps open. Where am I? Let's claim this. All right, let's go. Whatever. What is this? Do I have to wear this? All right, come on, let's get to work. Can I just do what I'm supposed to be doing? Oh my gosh. Like, you guys actually think this thing takes time to load? I don't care who. Yes. Okay. Do I camera move? Wow, guys, look at this. You can walk in a 3D, 2D, animated thing easily. That's great. Yep, that's Pop Tropica for you guys there. Looks like it loads pretty fairly easily. Yeah. So, I mean, what even was that? All right, let's see. Let's share back to the screen. What? No, really? I can't leave out a Chromebook when Chrome tab perfectly fine. So that's good.
it's not doing too shabby. Honestly, almost just as responsive as the other one.
Duh. Absolutely duh.
$50? Like, what? The volume's not too great.
Wow, I can't believe 18-year-old game runs well on a Chromebook.
Great. It's a little laggy. Little bit. Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe not this one. Okay, so this one is like significantly slower to use. Just very laggy. It's alright though. It's fine. It happens.
Dollars to make us a complete mystery rock.
Oh my.
Give an employee $5,000 to make us a complete mystery rock.
Oh my gosh, this is so difficult because this computer is obviously better. But for $50 for this laptop to be.
Ooh. Oh man, like, is she right under the circumstances that she chose? Yes. But this woman just ran YouTube and some 18-year-old game on a Chromebook. So, of course, it's gonna work. Okay, you can run that thing off a smartwatch.
Be able to do everything that this one does. For me, a good computer is really important. So I would say that the more expensive one is.
I mean, yes, but aside from video editing, I mean, apparently, if the only two things that you can think of is YouTube and Pop Tropica, I mean, you probably deserve a Chromebook. Again, what are these for?
Worth the money. The expensive team is gonna have to win on this one. Next thing we have is smart glasses. We have the Apple Vision Pro versus Sonol.
Those aren't even glasses. It's more like a VR. Wait, wait.
So these smart glasses are $4,000 and these smart glasses were $12. Oh, this is gonna be a very unfair comparison. I'm gonna put them back on. Okay, so this is what a $4,000 smart glasses can get you.
Like, nope, I'm not buying this thing again because she didn't even unbox it.
Obviously, you have floating apps in front of your face. It's just craziness. You can see through the world and you can still see the stuff. And you can also go into an atmosphere. Dude, this is, I keep forgetting how freaking cool the Apple Vision Pro is. Like, I'm literally in the woods and it's raining and I see the pond. Why would I ever travel anywhere ever again? $4,000 can take you around the world. You see this? Oh my gosh. Wait, okay, I'm taking this home. This is insane. Why? I literally have used this before. Why am I acting like I don't know what this is like? This is crazy. You can literally play cards like you're really there in front of you. The Apple Vision Pro is by far one of the most insane.
Okay, I guarantee you that the $12 earbuds is gonna be like, earglasses is just gonna be like earbuds. Okay.
Glasses gadget out there, and it is just insane for the like what you get. It is insanely expensive as well, though. I don't want to take it off. Oh, the real world. I don't like it out here. And now time for our $12 smart glasses. So they come in this little case, a lot smaller. Wow, check them out. Dude, these are actually pretty nice. Like they have a nice shape. They look very modern. Okay, so there's no shot I accidentally bought like normal glasses, right? Well, no, because they have like little speakers on them. Okay, so it took forever to turn them on because they're whack. But these are supposed to come with a lot of cool features. Okay, so they're connected and we should be able to listen to some music. Ooh,
Yeah,
we
that's
hear
what I said. It's just gonna be music. Like, how is this even a fair comparison? You could at least go on with like Xville or something, which actually puts stuff at AR. Hey guys, you can listen to music or you can transport yourself to the moon. What do you think is better? Like,
dude, this is pretty cool for like $12, but I feel like it's kind of embarrassing because everyone can hear your music, no? Okay, what if I had it low?
There she goes again. Your music, my music.
Or can you still hear it? Hold on, can you still hear it? It's embarrassing. Why not just wear headphones? I don't get it. I feel like this, you could wear these so like you could feel like you're in a movie, you know what I mean? Just like.
What? What's wrong with their editors? Why do our editors hate her? What, like, just look at this.
Also, I think they're supposed to have microphones in them, so let's try to make a call and see if they can hear us. I want to call my mom. Hi.
Hi, you're done?
No, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm calling you via my smart glasses. How do I sound?
You sound good.
Really?
That sounds good.
Okay, cool.
I mean, not like really good, but
Okay, that's all we needed to hear. Bye. Okay, so honestly, these are really cool and I do like them. And for $12, it's not bad at all. However, the freaking Apple Vision Pros, they're worth it. Expensive wins.
They're not
Next
even
item
glasses though, but whatever.
we have the cheap versus expensive lava lamp. I think this lava lamp was like 120 bucks versus our little tiny lava lamp. This one was like $3. So 3 versus $100. Gotta find out. Oh my goodness. This thing is so small. Oh my goodness. It's not even a real lava lamp. Like it's just like a little keychain. Okay, so this is our $3 lava lamp. It's not even an actual lava lamp. It's just a bunch of little plastic balls in water. I mean, it's so cute though, right? Versus our $120.
Okay, big lava lamp wins because, well, it better. Anyway, that's the video here, and we're about to be wrapping up, so we can go over to gaming streams. Let me stop sharing the screen, and now we're going to pull up the Soup Toys setup screen so we can go see what that Redditor was talking about, because I installed something a Redditor recommended on my computer. Help me today. All right, so let me go back to the. How do you share your screen on here? Oh, there we go. Let me go back to regular. Oh, nope. Nope, we don't want that. I'll just close that tab. All right, and then Restream kind of messed up here. Go back to sharing the screen. Here's the Soup Toys logo screen, people. Let's see what it can do. Okay, it's not showing. Let's try this again. This is great. All right, got some toys here. Huh. Oh, it's on the desktop, so we're gonna have to share something else. So we're gonna have to share the screen. So I'm gonna open up a clean Chrome tab. All right, yeah, guys, I can see the windowing. There you go. All right, we're gonna have to open this up, and it's gonna interact with all these toys. So that's interesting. What would happen if we took a basketball and dropped it on a basketball? Wow, this is a game, people. Uh-oh. No. Oh, no, we missed. Wow, okay, let's go. What else? We got... This actually might be interesting. We got a magnet here. This is magnetized. It's a magnetic net. Okay. We can flip it around. This actually might be the best thing that the Redditors ever said. And, Redditors are pretty stupid, so. Let's put a baseball in here. Stupid game. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, we got a ramp. Dang it. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Let's put a cannon here. Oh no, that's terrible. Oh, I can't bring them back. So yeah, that's Soup Toys for you there. Let me go back to the thing. That's sad. All right, we've been on for 2 hours. I'll be back on live. We're not gonna do whatever that was. Yeah, we're not gonna be streaming that for a whole hour. So there's your gaming stream. God bless and hope to see